Hello, Daily Drafters. Today is Friday, December 17th, and thanks for joining me for today's Daily Draft. We've got another Innistrad Crimson Vow draft on deck for you today. And Lee, let's see what comes our way here. All right, so if we take a look at the commons, we've got Sigarda's Imprisonment, we've got Diregraph Scavenger. Those are the two notable commons. Uncommons, best one is Voltaic Visionary. I'm not sure I've ever actually cast this card, but it's done work on the opposing side of the battlefield. It seems like a bit of a finicky card. It doesn't really fit in red-green. Red-white is not a deck I'm super interested in being in. Red-blue it could fit fine in, although there's no wizard theme necessarily. And then red-black, it's not a vampire, so it's very weird. Hamlet Vanguard, I feel like, is a card that you want in green-white when you're already in green-white. I'm not sure this is a card that pulls me into green-white, because if we go for this and it's not open, and then we end up with like a mediocre green-white deck. First of all, I don't want to end up green-white, and I don't want to end up with a mediocre green-white deck at that as well. I'm going to take Imprisonment here. This could be wrong. I could see you taking Visionary or Diregraph Scavenger, and I would be fine with either of those cards, I think. But we'll just go ahead and take the good removal spell. Removal's important in this format, and we'll start with that. Okay, so here's second pick. We've got Adamant Will and Radiant Grace are the only ways to follow up Sigarda's Imprisonment. Neither of which I think are worth taking here. There's... As far as the commons go, there's a Grizzly Ritual, there's a Courier Bat. I really do love putting together Kessig Flamebreather decks. Those have been super successful for me. And I hate Graph Reaver. So, I think I'm actually going to take the first Flamebreather and see which route we can go down here. The only cards I can really see being super defensible are... You know, Ritual, Courier Bat, Flamebreather. Maybe that's about it. And I think it's about preference of whether you want to go down a red spells route or just maybe hedge your bets with black here. But I'm going to go ahead and take the first Flamebreather and see if we can go down a bit of a red spells kind of thing. Lots of red here, and I wish one of them would be a Flamebreather because I'd love to follow up a Flamebreather with another one. No white, again, to follow up with our Imprisonment. If we're thinking of going red spells, the only red spell are these two, and these are cards I don't want to play. Fearful Villager's fine. Epicure is decent. Chill of the Grave could go well in a blue-red deck with a bunch of Flame Breathers, but I think I want to take Chill of the Grave after I already have maybe 2 Flame Breathers and a Raconteur or something like that to push us into blue-red. There's also a Pointed Discussion, which is okay. I think it's between Epicure and Discussion here. Because Flamebreather and Epicure, while they're the same color, they don't really want to go into the same deck. Whereas a red-black kind of spells-based deck can work out very well in this format. So, see a pick 4 Flame Blessed Bolt here. We're going to go ahead and slam that one to go with our Flamebreather. It's also just the best red common in the set, and maybe the second best common overall in the set, behind Bleed Dry. But we're definitely going to go ahead and take Flame Blessed Bolt. Not to mention, I think red is probably the best color, closely followed by black. So if we see a pick 4 Bolt here, that's going to be great. Okay, so interesting, there's another Flame Breather, and there's a Wandering Mind. I think I want to take my second Flame Breather, and it would be amazing if we can wheel this Wandering Mind. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So there's only going to be 2 cards left in the pack. There's a chance. You never know. But we can hedge our bets into like black-red or something like that with a second Flame Breather here. And maybe if we wheel Wandering Mind, that could be really good for us. But we'll have to see. A third Flame Breather. Yeah. Let's just take as many Flame Breathers as we can and then as many removal spells as we can. And that can be our win con. So... I think we'll take this here. I really like Lantern Pair. It'd be our first blue card, and it doesn't really fit in the theme of blue-red spells necessarily. Arm the Cathars has been really good in aggressive decks, but ours is looking to be a bit more spells-based with the third Flame Breather here. So we'll take that. No black except for Aim for the Head, which I'm not excited about. Only red is this, which isn't really what we want to be considering. And only white are these two cards, which we don't want. So I'm going to take what I think is the best card in the pack, which is Siphon Essence. This goes well in a blue-red spells deck. It goes well with our four red cards that we have. So we'll go ahead and take that and kind of see which route we can go down here. Biolume Egg, very good card in blue-black. I don't think that's for us. I think we'll take a non-creature blue spell here in Scattered Thoughts and get a nice good card draw spell. So here we are on the wheel. Not a lot for really anyone. We can take Alchemist Retrieval. It's interaction in a pinch, but it's not great interaction. So we'll take it here, but not something I'm super looking to play. We have Radiant Grace, Respiratory Scob, and then a bunch of green. I'll take the Respiratory Scob just to cut blue here, but not really something we're looking to play, I don't think. There is the Chill of the Grave that wheeled. So that's good news for blue-red. So let's take the Chill of the Grave. And then we have this next pick, which is probably going to be nothing. And then the following pick could be where we wheel the Wandering Mind if we get very lucky. We'll take the Scob because it's blue. Sorry. But I'm not sure we're going to play it because we're probably looking to be a little low on the creature count. And let's hope we get the Wandering Mind here. I doubt we will. With only 2 cards in the pack, I'd be very surprised. Yeah, but Syncopate is a good wheel. So we'll go ahead and take the Syncopate. We have a lot of blue. We have a lot of good red. So see if we can stay on that route. Don't care about Grolnok. There's another Flame Breather. Yes, let's be breathing flames all draft long. So in blue-red, I mean, honestly, this pack is underwhelming for basically everyone, except for a green-red player at this table. This card is great, but we'll be breathing flames here, and that's kind of what we're going to be doing. We can take as many Flame Breathers as we can find, plus as many removal spells and bounce spells and things to stall their board, and then just go to town with dealing 4 damage to them with every single spell that we cast. We've got a bunch of instants so far, which is great. I'd love to pick up even more counter spells in this kind of deck, because if we can just land a few Flame Breathers, hold up counter spells, you know, then we can just kind of dominate board presence. Okay, so there's an Imprisonment, there's a Fellstinger, but I think we're kind of down our path here, so only blue or red spell is Chill of the Grave. I think we can take this. And then there's really nothing we can even wheel here. Maybe a Ridgewolf, but that doesn't really go in this deck. Stitch Justice doesn't either. Biolume Egg doesn't either. So we'll just take the spell here. Another Chill of the Grave, a Bloody Betrayal, and a Vampire's Vengeance. I'd love to see some of the red removal spells, like Bolts or Abrades, things like that, but we're not. So we'll just take quasi-slow removal here. Wish this was a zombie. That would work very well with this. This deck may not be super powerful when we get in there, but you know what? I think it's going to be pretty fun. We already have 4 Flame Breathers. We're not even halfway through the draft yet, so it could be a pretty fun deck here. Lots of cantrips with Chill of the Graves and things. There's a Syncopate, Path of Peril, and Hero's Downfall. Wow, black is open from this way. There's a Cruel Witness, which goes well in this kind of spell-based thing. There's also another Syncopate, and I said I would play more counterspells, and I think I will. We're looking for Raconteurs, we're looking for Flame Breathers, we're looking for removal spells, we're looking for bounce spells, we're looking for cantrips, all these kind of things. We're looking for counterspells. All that goes really, really well in a deck with 4 Flame Breathers already. There's another Chill of the Grave. There's an End the Festivities. There's a Sure Strike. There's a Fearful Villager. I think we'll take a Chill of the Grave again here. So we have 4 Chills and 4 Flame Breathers. Scob is really not looking good in this deck. There's an Epicure and a Steelclad Spirit. There's also just a rare to rare draft. Fear of Death is kind of removal. It's not great, but it does potentially what we need. It's a non-creature for Flame Breather. It's kind of removal, so we can go ahead and take that here. There's a Prisoner, a Wilds, a Sure Strike, and a Witness. I think I'll take our first Witness. We get a lot of triggers off of this. What is going on in this image? For some reason, I thought there was a bird with like eyes coming out, but maybe so, because if you look at, it's got like claws and talons on the bottom. I can't even tell. I don't know what's going on. We'll take Cruel Witness, Devils, Betrayal, Binding Geist. I don't think we're going to play any of these cards, but we'll take Betrayal. This could be something we could play to help finish a game out, possibly. Nothing here, but I doubt we're going to play Betrayal here. So we currently have 5 creatures, 4 Flame Breathers, and a Cruel Witness. We'll take the 2-drop, but I don't know if we'll play it. We'll have to see. These cards don't matter. Take Fire Spawn. Maybe we can play a Lantern. I don't know. Worst case is it's 2 mana draw a card. Who knows? Who knows? Maybe that could make it. Maybe you won't. I don't really want it to. Alright, so we have an Edgar, but I've seen this card a lot in this format. I play with it a lot, but not for us today, unfortunately. For us, there is an Epicure, Chill of the Grave, Storm Chaser Drake. We have an Alchemist Retrieval for the Drake, which would basically, for 1 mana, bounce it, draw 2 cards. That's the only thing we want to target our own Drake so far. There's also another Chill of the Grave. We'll just be tapping down all their creatures all the time. They'll never get to attack, and we're just going to be pinging them every time we do it. I'm going to take the Drake here. Alchemist Retrieval plus Drake is a decent-ish combo. And worst case, it's a 2-mana, 2/1 flyer that can just kind of get in for some damage, right? Great to see a red removal spell here. We're going to go ahead and take Flame Blessed Bolt. Yeah, so I was saying with Drake, I mean, I think we're going to be winning through Flame Breathers and just controlling the board, tapping everything down, removing everything. So the Drake can kind of help us punch through a little bit of that damage that we aren't able to finish out with the Flame Breathers here. But we'll go ahead and take this removal spell. Another Scattered Thoughts seems fine as a really good card draw spell. There's no other non-creatures. These aren't really what we're looking to be playing, so we'll take Scattered Thoughts. There's a Dorothea, but we're not looking to splash. The first Wretched Throng I don't think we want. Stitched Assistant isn't really doing anything in this deck. I guess we'll take Sure Strike. Can give us more triggers. It can help us attack with one of these if we wanted to. There's a Weary Prisoner, but we're not looking for that, so we'll take Sure Strike. Another Chill of the Grave. So it looks like we didn't see any Abrades this draft. We didn't see any uncommon red removal spells. We may have saw one at Lacerate Flesh, but wasn't in a pack we could take it. But we're just kind of relying on these Chill of the Graves here, I think. Geistlight Snare. Do we have any spirits? We have 1 enchantment and 0 spirit, so it's 3 mana counter unless they pay 3. Maybe that's still good enough in a deck like this, because I'm not looking to play any of these cards here. So we'll take it and see what happens here. Another Drake or a Lantern Bearer. I think I want my first copy of Lantern Bearer, because the backside of this counts as a non-creature. We can also... Well, we're not really getting anything out of the backside, but it's still just a decent enough creature. There's another Lantern Bearer and another Syncopate. No more Flame Breathers, unfortunately for us. We already have 2 Syncopates. We can take another Lantern Bearer or a 3rd Syncopate. We have so many instants. We have 15 instants. We can always hold up Syncopate in this deck, I think. I'd actually want another one here. Wow, Black-White was the deck to be in. Markov Purifier came back. Diagraph Scavenger came back. This is kind of crazy. This is a non-creature spell that draws a card. Don't think that's good enough to mean we can run it, but we can take it here. Cruel Witness, good pickup. I think I'll definitely play 2 Cruel Witnesses in this deck. Don't think we're really looking to play any of these. I'll take the Geist because the backside of it's a non-creature spell. Wretched Throng, doesn't matter. Honeymoon Hearse, don't think we want that. And Nurturing Presence, okay. Alright, so you know what? Win or lose, I think I'm excited to play out this deck. It's going to be pretty funny. We have a lot of Flame Breathers, and we are just going to control the board and draw cards, remove things, counter things, bounce things. It's going to be very interesting. So we have 16 instant spells here. So that makes things like Triple Syncopate, Geistlight Snare, Siphon Essence. All these are fine-ish cards. Are we ever going to get the discount on this? So Lantern Bearer counts as a spirit. And Fear of Death counts as an aura. So maybe like one time in the entire draft, but it's still a counter spell. That's not what I meant to do. Let's see, blue, red. So we do have 2 cuts in this deck already. We might be able to play 16 lands with the amount of like card draw we have. We have so many Chill of the Graves here. And Scattered Thought. So I mean we can find our lands. As far as non-creature spells to play, there's an End the Festivities. There's a Bloody Betrayal. There's a Honeymoon Hearse, but that's not what we're looking to do. There's a Binding Geist for the backside. We can trade off and then we can play the backside as an enchantment. So let's see what we got here. I think I'm willing to consider going to 16 lands, and I'm actually going to cut a mountain because we have so much blue, and then we would cut one more card. Maybe Sure Strike, because what are we doing with that? Not much, and we still have 15 instants if we do it this way. Yeah. So that's 16 lands, 6 red spells, which include our Flame Breathers, and then everything else is basically blue non-creatures. Who knows? This could be horrible, but I'm willing to give it a shot and see if we can pull out some wins with this. It seems to be pretty fun. If you wouldn't mind considering subscribing to the channel, that would be greatly appreciated. You know, we have a lot of these kind of fun drafts. We have so many drafts of NA format that we can, once we get into this point in the format, we can start kind of experimenting with a couple of different builds on things you may not see super commonly everywhere else, because a lot of other channels don't post near as many drafts as we do here at Daily Draft. And the fact that we have so many means we can kind of get away with giving you some of this content that may not produce the highest number of wins, but is certainly, hopefully, a good watch for you. So, you know, go ahead and share it with your friends. Click that subscribe button, like the videos, and then we'll continue to keep making this content for you going forward here. So let's go ahead and smash into round 1. Alright, so we do have a copy of Flame Breather, and then we can just hold up all the counters we need to after that. Okay. We're going to play a mountain first so that if they play a spell, it doesn't hold up Syncopate for 0. I've made that mistake once or twice. We'll play our first Flame Breather. If they attack and get priority, I probably won't block. Okay, that's good news that they're just kind of hanging out. Yeah, so we can have another Flame Breather here. And what I'm going to do is tap it like this, again, so we don't get priority for Syncopate. Hopefully, this is going to be their one turn to resolve something, basically for the rest of this game, probably. So let's hope they don't stick something we can't deal with. No follow-up. That's not so bad. We can deal with those. Are they really considering sacrificing here? Or what are they doing? Okay, 2 mana make me exile a card from my hand? Yeah, that's fine. We're just gonna get rid of a land here. Bolt is a good draw, so let's pass the turn and just hold up all the counters. Okay. We can Chill of the Grave. Just to be mana efficient, draw a card, see if we can draw into more non-creatures and lands here. There's a land. And there's a good card draw spell if they don't have anything. So we can attack here. And again, we've kind of locked them out of the game. Out of anything we really want to lock them out of here. So, yep. I mean, we've got 10 damage in hand. We can let that resolve because we can just bolt it. Sure. Let's do it on our turn so we can be mana efficient with Scatter Thoughts here. Ooh. Sure. Oh my gosh. This is a blast. Red. Oh. Okay. So I want to have Counterspell mana up still. So if we bolt, then we can keep up Counterspell mana. I'd love to get these Flame Breathers down, but I'd rather have Counterspells up for the rest of this game. So let's bolt here. And then we'll get in and just hold up Counterspells. Because they basically can't resolve another spell the rest of this game. If we don't want them to. Well, unless they play like a 2-drop into another 2-drop and into another 2-drop, which I feel like they would have emptied their hand already if they had those. Ooh, they have their splash. Alright. That's nice. So counter target spell unless this controller pays 3. No land here. So we can do Flame Breather, hold up Syncopate for 1. But they have so much mana that's going to be hard to manage. We can also do Flame Breather, Fear of Death, deal 3, attack with both, deal 2 more, and next turn they're just dead to any Syncopate on anything. We can even counter our own Lantern Bearer to get that through. Yeah, let's just do that. I can't imagine what they have here that would allow that to not basically be lethal. So we'll deal 2 to them, and then next turn, I mean, unless they gain a ton of life or something, we have lethal. It's a little bit of life. And then they get that back. So what we can do here, and that might secure it. What we can do here is we can cast Lantern Bearer. Can we do it all? Yeah, so we can put down a Flame Breather, cast Lantern Bearer, and counter it with Syncopate, and then we'll deal 4 to them. And they'll be dead. So we gotta hold full control here. Play Lantern Bearer. Pay 1. And then syncopate it for X equals 0. Confirm. Counter Lantern Bearer. Auto pay. And deal them 4 damage. There we go. Well, that was a lot of fun. We found all of our Flame Breathers, and again, we just kind of put them down and controlled the board, just like we thought we would. Hopefully we can continue to do that. We didn't quite get run over there. They played like Blood Fountain into pointed discussion and things, so we didn't really feel the pressure. But you know what? Our deck did its thing, and that's what we're here to do. So... well, that's a bit of an awkward hand. Don't think we can keep it. This one's better. I'll keep 6, and I'm probably going to put back one of the 2/3 drops here. Probably Chill of the Grave, so we can hold up Snare on turn 3 after playing the Flame Breather. We're on the draw again, so again, we have to hope they don't run us over, and that was a mistake. Needed to play Mountain. I've even mentioned it before, and we still messed it up there. So now they know we have Syncopate. So playing against green-white, have the distinct ability to get run over here. But let's pass and see if they play a pre-combat creature. So they're going to attack with both Train the Sharpshooter. So do we chill down the Disciple now? No, because we need to hold up the counterspell. Nothing. Okay. Let's just keep that tapped then. Oh gosh, okay. Island. We can bolt this and hold up something else. Let's do that. I'm gonna have to remind myself to pause and make a cut on the video after this so that we don't get caught up by maintenance here. Sure. That's a decent draw. Wouldn't mind being able to get down a Cruel Witness, but they have no plays on 5, and they very likely have a Flourishing Hunter next turn, is my suspicion. Probably shouldn't have attacked there so we could block, but it's okay. Still nothing. Okay. Chill of the Grave? Yeah, we'll just pass it back. Do they just have like 10 lands in hand or something? Dawnheart Disciple, I don't think we really care about that. Resolves. Okay, let's just keep this one tapped down then. Do another damage. Draw land. And my turn. Play a Flame Breather. Play an island and pass back. We've set up our defenses effectively here. They seem to be... So, Geistlight Snare can't do it. We can Syncopate for 3, which is not enough. So, that has to resolve. Okay. Can't block. And I think we will cleave this to bounce the Shield Basher here. Another land. So if they play the Shield Basher again, let's say they play a land, they can play Shield Basher, have X equals 5, we can Syncopate that. Dawnheart Disciple can't train this, and we'll still have good blocks. So let's see if they do that. They do play a land, so 6, 7, 8, 9. We can Syncopate for X equals 6. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this would be X equals 6. Yeah. So unless they pay 6, which they cannot. Hopefully no follow-up. They don't have one. Good. Another land, so we can play Cruel Witness and then still hold up Geistlight Snare, but this is the point in the game where Geistlight Snare is not looking to be that great for us. They are flooding out hard. Oh man, so close. Gosh. Do we just do it anyway? Just to get a trigger and deal 2? Because I don't know if this is going to ever... Yeah, this is never going to do anything at this point in the game. So let's get this trigger, put that into the graveyard. Deal 2 more. And then just die to a Brambleworm. We were close. And another land. So this has Trample. This is going to get trained. Darn, darn, darn. Oh, and that has Reach, so we just threw away a creature. So, yep, you know, playing loose. I don't think we're going to win it anyway, so... We had Geistlight Snare as backup there, but they just kept drawing lands, so... Yeah, and now we can't block any of these, so... It still worked out. We kind of did our thing a little bit, and then they managed to stick one creature there that kind of got us, so... This deck is still a ton of fun to play. Alright, well, looks like maintenance is going to stop my plan for today, so I'll be back in about 1 second. See you then. Alright, and we're back after a little bit of an update here, so let's go ahead and hop on into what I guess will be round 3. Alright, so we're on the draw for I think the 3rd straight time. We have removal spell into creature into more cantrips here. So we'll keep this. So this does exile. And I think we want to make sure they don't get any value off of exploiting this. So we'll just exile it. Play a Stormchaser Drake. And hold up a couple Chill of the Graves here on their turn for what they play. They don't play anything, okay. Cruel Witness. Let's hope they play a creature here so we can make use of our mana. At least it's something. Makes sense. Getting rid of the Lantern Bearer so they can use the backside, and Pestilent Skeleton. Okay, let's go ahead and chill the Ragged Recluse here. Draw another land. They'll flip it. I think we'll just play Cruel Witness. Get another creature down on the board. And get on in there. Next turn we can card draw, or we can chill something else down if we need to. Don't think I care about that. That could be a problem going forward, but we'll have to see. Flame Breather's a great draw, so now we can do Flame Breather and then hold up Chill. Probably want to do that on upkeep on their Odious Witch here. So let's get in there. And then on the upkeep so they don't draw another card, we'll do it on their Odious Witch. Resolve that trigger. See if they have a counterspell. They don't. Scattered Thoughts. So we already have another Scattered Thoughts next turn. Scattered Thoughts is a pretty... I think we're just going to be Scattered Thoughts next turn. So a second Scattered Thoughts I don't think is really what we're looking to do here. I liked how they... apparently in this update they changed the way that Cruel Witness worked. It used to just be like, put into your graveyard, accept or decline. But I like the Surveil mechanic implementation better there. That makes more sense. So we are tapped out here for a moment. They only have 2 cards in hand. Let's hope they don't drop something insane. I think we can deal with that. Lantern's Lift. Okay. Alright, alright. Let's see what Scattered Thoughts finds. I definitely want that in our graveyard to start. Deal 1. We will put probably Flame Breather and Chill of the Grave into our hand. Yep. We can bin those cards there. We'll do this. We'll play Flame Breather. And then next turn we can Chill of the Grave this, deal 2, extra 5, gets them dead, assuming they have no other way to do anything with that, so we'll just let that zombie chill out for a moment. Fine by me. Two mana Millicard, and that won't do it. So it looks like we got lethal here on the backswing with extra gas in the tank. So let's just drop this one. 1, 2, 3. Go ahead and chill down that. Don't need another land. And that'll do it. Nice little is it control in limited here. Alright, maybe we can be on the play one of these games. Nope. Really, really good hand, though. We'll keep it. I think 4 straight games on the draw. I could be wrong about that. Can't remember exactly. It's been a while since I've played the first 2 games, even though for you it's only been 6 to 10 minutes. Good draw and an island there. Mountain would be better. Oh, well, another one. Because then we can cast Flame Breather into holding up Bolt and another Flame Breather. This spell, the smells of Syncopate, let's see if they have it. They don't, and they don't even get priority for like a Braid or something, so they had nothing. Oh, Flame Breather Tribal. I'm going to just play another one. Probably should have attacked with that one to get that that bluff attack in. So they're going to hold up a counterspell here. We are not going to play into it because we don't need to. Yeah, they're not getting any priority, which means they don't even have Scattered Thoughts or anything. So they're just holding up a counterspell. We don't need to play into it. We have the advantage right now. Ooh, another Flame Breather. Okay. I think I want to save my Syncopate. So they can Syncopate for X equals 1. So let's get around that with Cruel Witness. And they don't even have Syncopate. Alright. No attacks. I suppose we could attack and then Flame Blast Bolt one of them down. Hopefully, well, our shields are down here. Okay, so they're just going to Lacerate Flesh. I think that's okay. I mean, it was going to die anyway, so... Go ahead. I guess we'll play the Mountain. We can use Bolt to get rid of both of these if they bounce them. Or if they try to bounce. They don't even do that. That's fine. We're not technically winning this race right now, but we do have 8 points of damage in hand. They probably have a lot as well. Cemetery Gatekeeper. We can just bolt that, so I don't think... So they have sorcery and a creature. So we can't get burned by that right now. Only they can. We can do that on their end step. See if they play another creature to have 2 damage dealt to them. Okay. We'll take 2. We'll try to kill it. We can counter that, or we can just kill it again, I guess. Resolves. Lots of triggers here happening. We don't want to Fear of Death either of these because they still stick around. We can chill something. Probably going to chill. So at this point we do win this race, I think. Because now they're down to 11. We're untapped and we have 3 non-creatures. So let's see what they play. Well, they're an Epicure. I don't think I care too much about that. Okay. I don't like chilling down the Epicure, but it is a cantrip. Let's see if it resolves first. So they might have another counter. We draw a land. And another land. That's not great news. I guess we'll get in there. Yeah, so we whiffed twice there, which was really bad news for us. We kind of needed to hit at least one of those, because right now they're effectively at 3 if we want them to be. Could have them at 1 if we hit any other non-creature there, so let's see. They don't attack, alright. And we whiffed again. Gosh, not good, not good. I think we're only playing 16 lands, right? Yeah, we have 9 of them. We only have 7 lands in the last 23 cards. Okay. Good news is we can syncopate just about anything that we want to. So can they, though. That's a decent draw. Okay, yeah, I see. Do we want to syncopate their Siphon Essence here? I don't think we do. It just lands another Flame Breather, deals 2 to them, gets them to 5. A Fear of Death would get them to 2. And then next turn, any non-creature basically kills them. So there is that. We have double Scattered Thoughts in the deck that we can probably hit 2 non-creatures, at least 3 off of. We can land another Flame Breather here. So we can Syncopate for X equals 4. The Siphon Essence. And that'll still leave up Fear of Death if we wanted to do that. Get 2 more triggers here. I just really hope they don't top deck some insane red bomb or something. If we cast Fear of Death right now, we get 3 triggers, and then next turn they're basically dead. So, while I don't like Fear of Deathing any of these creatures, we do get 3 triggers off of it. So, we'll just go ahead and get the 3 triggers, and hope we can top deck a non-land next turn, basically. Okay, there's a non-creature. So they have to get rid of 2 of our Flame Breathers. Or die. Let's see if they can do that. Or deal 9 damage to us. I suppose there's a world where they could do something like that, but we'll see here. Oh, geez. Okay, so how many can they do? How much damage can they do? We're down to 6. Do they have 2 more non-creatures? They might... Oh, this could get close here. Yeah, we'll block. Because we have to. Do they have lethal? We're at 6. Do they have 2 non-creature spells in hand? If they do, we lose. I feel like if they did, they would have used them already. They probably have 1. And are thinking about using a blood token on another one. Looking at our Lantern Bearer, knowing that we have lethal on the backswing. We have very similar decks here. Okay, that's pretty good news for us. They had a land. Now they have to find 2 non-creatures. Again. Now they have to have a red non-creature and a blue non-creature, and they did not have it. So we'll just go ahead and end that game here. Close. Close, but we got it. Kessig Flame Breather MVP. Alright, here we are for what I think is our 5th straight game on the draw. Can't cast the majority of our hand. Well, at least this hand is somewhat functional. That's not great news for us. That's also not great news for us. Okay. So we're just going to die to an army of flyers, basically. Yeah, we're just going to die to flyers, I think, in this game. Oh well, on to the next. That was a quick little 30-second game. Nope, they missed a land drop. Okay, at least there's that. Blue? Well, we're not blocking, so let's get in. We can bounce the Lantern Bearer if we have nothing better to do to get rid of the Nurturing Presence at the very least. If they draw a land and go into play something, let them get in. We'll go ahead and cleave this and bounce that. Gets rid of the Nurturing Presence. Flame Blessed Bolt is a great answer for the Lantern Bearer when it comes back down. Looks like we lucked out by them kind of getting mana screwed here. We're not putting a ton of pressure on them, though, so... I mean, we are losing this race as it currently stands, and we're just drawing nothing but kind of lands and things that don't do anything, so... we need to draw out of this. Another Flame Breather. Oh, there's a land. We're going to exile that one. There's another Flame Breather. Now we can counter any relevant spell and then we'll be in the lead, but then we're out of cards in hand, so... So now we just gotta hope the top of our deck cooperates. Well, it's something. I don't think we want to chill this. We'll chill post-combat. They play a creature that's relevant or something. Like that one. Okay, hit a land. And a Fear of Death. So Fear of Death puts them to 3. Can do it on the Heron of Hope. Yeah, I think we need to do that. Could also just do it next turn, but if we draw something like Scattered Thoughts, I think we want as much mana available as we can have. So let's just do this, because this can also get lifelink. Decent mills. I wouldn't mind having that Chill of the Grave in hand, but at least we got a land off the top. Let's see what their counter is here. They are at 3, so we have a lot of outs. Brine Comer, okay. They can threaten a triple block. We hit another land, so we can't do anything else. 7, 8, 9, 10. Okay, so we only have 6 lands in the top 21 cards here. And they go up to 8. Oh, that was brutal. That was just brutal. Yeah, I think we might be losing this race now. Lantern Flare, good card. Cruel Witness, maybe it survives, maybe it doesn't. You never know. Kind of need it to survive. Like, badly. If we want a chance at this race. Okay, so they're holding up a counterspell. We can too. I guess we get in there with Witness, because that's a race that we're winning at this point. Okay, so they're going to chump with Heron of Hope. Okay. Fair. So do we counter this, or do we try to counter the Heron of Hope when it comes back down? So now we're going to take another 2 from these, which is not great. They also draw a card. Yeah, I guess we try to counter this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, so we can do it for 7. Oh, man. I want another Flame Breather, but these spirits are gonna keep poking us down to death. So if we top Flame Breather, they have 2 full turns with 4 plus 2 more cards to deal with Witness And then they're going to hit us for like at least 4 more if they do. And then we're just stuck with a couple Flame Breathers on the ground. We have basically the card underneath Flame Breather has to be action. And if it is action, that's good on this board. And it's good if we have a Flame Breather. So this is a really, really close call here. We have double Scattered Thoughts in the deck. We have like 3 more Chill of the Graves, and I think those are all better draws than a Flame Breather. So I'm going to go ahead and put that in the graveyard, and we'll see what happens. So that does get countered. See if they have another one. Yeah, so there's the Cruel Witness. Response, they're going to deal 2 more to us, probably. Maybe try to counter the Witness when it comes back down. Okay. Well, we're just going to play out our cards here. So this is going to sacrifice the Heron, make a 3/3 flying zombie. It's going to be hard to get through. They have their own Cruel Witness. Yeah, we're just going to die to flyers here. Okay. That's something. But we'll see here. Makes sense. Pass, and we'll try to do this on upkeep here. Resolves. Resolves. Definitely want that in our graveyard. Want that in our graveyard too, please. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. So we have 4 lands in our top 14. Okay. We've got 1 Flame Breathe on the battlefield and 2 in the graveyard and 1 left in the deck. Okay. It doesn't bother me too much. I think we're gonna... Alright. That's a good draw. 1, 2, 3, 4. We'll play Scattered Thoughts. I think I'm okay drawing that, actually. If we find it... We want to take it with Scattered Thoughts here. We'll definitely take... Oh, jeez. We could take another Scattered Thoughts and a Chill of the Grave. And put Syncopate in the yard. I think I'm going to do that. Next to combat. No attacks. Probably need to Chill of the Grave. There's Cruel Witness on upkeep. Okay, so they have their own Scattered Thoughts. We might need to try to resolve this right now. I know it doesn't give us another thing, but if they draw a counter spell, it's not great news for us, but let's see here. See what they put in the yard. If they put at least a spell in the yard, we know they drew nothing but action. They put 2 lands in the yard, so we can do this now. It gives us less than a turn on the Cruel Witness, or we can do it on our upkeep and risk it getting countered. If it gets countered, we have to block and then jump, basically. I think I'm going to do it on their upkeep. Let's pray it doesn't get countered. Resolves. I think I'm okay drawing that. Okay, so it does get countered. Alright. Oh, they got a lifelinker now. Alright. It's going to be hard to push through that last bit of damage here now with a life linker on their side. Although we're going to trade Cruel Witness if they give us that opportunity. Oh, that's brutal. Alright, so they're at 8. We can at least chill it down next turn. We might run out of cards here. Let's see. So 1, 2, 3, 4 for Scattered Thoughts. We have another Flame Breather in the deck. None of these are them. Storm Chaser Drake is not good on this board, so we're going to take the Bolt and the Essence here. We need to Chill of the Grave down Cruel Witness. Which means we can't have Siphon Essence up. We're going to have to chump this. Getting down to crunch time. So yeah, this mill, they got that as the mill off of the Cruel Witness, and it was super crucial for them to be able to get that through. If they didn't have that, I think we would have won. But no attacks, and we'll hope that Chill of the Grave will resolve on their upkeep. Okay. They're going to give Giraffe flying next turn, maybe? They're getting priority here. No more Cradles of Safety, or no more counter spells. Okay, so we're not going to get to draw a card. They're going to get a 4/4 flyer. Yeah, I think this one just barely got out of our reach here. Literally out of our reach. Go ahead and exile that. They do get an extra flyer. So we have to kill them, like, next turn, basically. Or, like, right now. Yeah, so we have to kill them basically this turn. So we'll jump here. Flame Breather, Lantern's Lift, and Siphon Essence still doesn't do it. Yeah, we're just gonna die in the air. Yeah, they got stuck on land, but then we never drew action. We just drew counter spells, and when they're not playing anything and we're not playing anything, screw beats flood. So we flooded a little sooner than them, and then they kind of drew out of it. We are playing 16 lands, am I not? Am I not correct about that? Yes, we are. Okay, so that's the right number, and we still drew a ton of them. Going to learn about some investing advice from someone who has a Bachelor of Arts in Investing, and we'll be on the draw for the 6th straight game here. So that seems fine enough of a hand. It's not great, but I mean, I feel like if we were on the play for even 2 of these, would have been fine, but you know, 6 straight. 6 straight on the draw. Something like 1.5% chance of that happening, I think. My math is correct. So, yeah, you know, just casual, everyday 1.5. At least we have Geistlight Snare up, because we do have a Spirit, and then we can just chill the heck out of anything they play. No thank you. can also bolt down their Disciple the following turn. I'd rather take 2 first, see what their play is. Don't care about that. I'd rather chill down their Disciple here. We draw a card. I think I'd rather have... We play Cruel Witness. I think we can play Cruel Witness, because anything they resolve, Chill of the Grave is our answer. We're not going to be countering with what we have in hand, so let's play Cruel Witness. See if it survives. And then we can just start tapping down all their things, hopefully. Yeah, so they'll just use a premium removal spell on that. It's okay. We're just going to draw nothing but chills. We're playing mono chill in this deck, which is fine. I mean, it works well on this board. We'll play the land here. I don't really think we care about a specimen. We have 4 Flame Breathers in this deck that just stonewall this thing. It doesn't even do anything. We can exile it, but like, who cares? So let's just like get rid of this. That's the thing that can attack on this board. And then we have all the cantrips here. Okay. And they just play out their hand here. Yeah, I'm gonna use one of these just to try to get into some action here. And by action... Well, there's a Flame Breather, so at least there's that. So that stonewalls their skeleton. And now we can tap down anything we need to. We don't need to tap down the skeleton, I don't think. We win this race. Well, they can just bring it back on the Flame Breathers, so maybe not. Oh, they're flooding hard, but... So do we try to draw into something here? Yeah, let's do that. Good draw. We can just exile probably their Dissenter, I think. And we'll go to our turn, draw another land, and then get in there. It's roughly average on land draws so far, I suppose. They are playing black, so I'm just praying they don't drop like a insane bomb or something. We'll draw. Now we're slightly below, slightly above average on land so far. They are getting some sort of priority here, so they have an instant. Maybe they just don't want to fire off a removal spell on one of these. Okay. We're gonna go ahead and tap that. And draw our 10th land. They probably have a bleed dry and they're just like, I don't really want to use this. Oh, Wolf Strike? Okay. Gosh, do we syncopate that? I don't think we do. Now, we do need to draw into something, but again, we have 10 lands on the board, and we only have 6 left out of 19 cards, so theoretically, we should be statistically likely to not draw one. And this could be used to counter one of their insane bombs that might come down. This is tapped down for another turn, too. Also, they kind of messed that one up. Awkward. It only deals combat damage equal to its toughness rather than its power. Blood Fountain. So they can get back a catapult fodder here. Well, we can syncopate for X equals 9 and they can only pay 8. Yeah, and they get a blood token. It helps them out, so yeah, I'm just gonna do it for 9. Correct? Yeah, 1, 2, 3 plus 4 is 7. They can only do it for 7. We're just gonna do it for 9. Because we can. Okay. That can hit us for 4. I don't think we care about that. Yeah, I don't care about that. Well, oh, it has reach. It has reach. Kind of messed that one up. And we top deck a land. Okay, this could be bad. This could be really bad. I might have just blown that. Yeah, I might have just blown that one there. So if we chump with Lantern Bearer, we can put it on top of Flame Breather next turn. It can't get through the Sharpshooter because it has reach, but it is another trigger. I think I'm willing to do that at this point. Okay, sure, 12 lands. I guess we do that. It can't attack. We have to take 8 right now? And then die next turn, basically? Oh, jeez, this feels so bad. We had so many outs. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I guess we're syncopating for X equals 8. So we kind of have to. So what can we even draw that allows us to survive here? I guess they can't attack with Sharpshooter because then they're dead, so at least there's that. Cruel Witness is something. Means they're dead next turn? Technically, but if they attack with everything, we do have to chump, but then they're dead. So I guess if they draw a land, they lose. Okay, so they didn't draw an instant, it went right to our turn. So no blocks. Maybe they have Grisly Ritual. Oh gosh, of course, another... Oh, another training creature. Or another reach creature. All we had to do was avoid one draw step. Okay, I guess we play a Flame Breather, and we probably chump with it. We probably chump with Cruel Witness, because any non-creature spell is then lethal. Gosh, we had so many outs this game, and we just never drew any of them. Drew so many lands right in the middle of the game when we needed to be developing. They top decked the exact card when they needed to. We probably, if we had countered that Sharpshooter, I think we win this game. Yeah, I think we win this game if we had countered that Sharpshooter pretty easily, so... So we have to triple chump here, I guess. Yep. Yep, I think they got us. Oh boy. That's frustrating. Yep, there we go. That'll do it. Yep, I think some key misplays just let us lose that one, you know? I had a lot of fun with the deck, and then we just kind of blew it there at the end. So, my bad on that. I'll try to remember the fact that Sharpshooter has training next time so that we don't poop out of a draft at 3 wins when we should have kept going. So, my bad on that, but you know what? That was a fun deck. Pretty good I've really enjoyed the Flame Breather kind of decks. Those decks are just fun to put together, and I think this one had a lot of potential if we had just played a little bit tighter there. So, looks like that'll do it for today's video. Thanks everyone for tuning in, and I'll see you on Monday for your daily draft.